Sun, 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 here we come. 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 It's alright. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. It's alright. It's alright.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Beats by SV.com.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. All right, turn your mics on. Let's chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram.
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna, Hare
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram,
Ram,
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna.
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Rama, Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare,
Hare, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama,
Rama,
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Rama.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama,
Krishna, 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 Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare,
Thank you,
Rama
everything, Mark, for joining us, the chanting. All right. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Oh, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna.
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari. Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Hari Ram, Hari Ram, Rama, Rama, Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Hare Hare, Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oh my Lord. Ah, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Ah, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram.
Hare Hare. Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram,
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord Krishna. Oh, my Lord Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Oh, my Lord Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama, Rama,
Krishna. Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Krishna,
Hari 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 Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare
Hari Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Ram Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama
Rama Hare
Krishna 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 Hari Hari Ram
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Rama Hare Rama,
Hari
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari
Hare,
Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hari
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Hari
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hari Hari Hari
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hari
Rama, Hare
Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Krishna Nityananda Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Oh, I'm gonna go.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Shri Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna All glories to Radha's love for Krishna. All glories to Radha's love for Krishna.
Yeah, oh God.
It's
Absolutely.
so great. People have a hard time understanding it. It bewilders the majority of the universe, but it's what it's all about. All glories to Radha's love for Krishna. Otherwise, we can't know Krishna. Without this love, we can't appreciate. You'd just be chanting dry names. That was the reason Lord Caitanya came here, was to awaken this love. I'm amazed how it gets more and more clear. I thought I understood this, but I feel like I'm just a beginner. Just learning. It's like God, this becomes more and more like obvious. I have a feeling this is how it gets obvious for others. It's the 100th monkey effect, just, if it gets clear to us, automatically it enters the collective consciousness, people start to get it. Because that's what it's all about. This love, Lord Caitanya, see, people were chanting before Lord Caitanya appeared, but this love wasn't there. Yeah, Madhavendra Puri had it. He was the forerunner. He brought it in. So that's why the Lord said, because of your ecstatic love, I'm going to appear in the world. Yeah, otherwise, people don't really, they see Krishna's, or they hear Krishna's name, but they don't really hear it. Or they see the deity, but they don't really see it. See, it's this love that makes it clear, makes it real. So otherwise it's not complete, not together. The worship's not complete. That's why the devotees, when you become like this level of chanting, you don't need any paraphernalia to worship Krishna. See? Because you have the love, which is Krishna saying, oh boy, do you have the perfect paraphernalia, man? Hey man, nothing else is required. No, just that bhakti here. And see, Lord Caitanya gave that 550 years ago, that as a gift. The awakening. What is it? What is it to him if he awakens it in a low class person with all kinds of problems? It just awakens it, right? Just like we have people who have problems. Lalita had problem when she first came. Look, boom, she had plenty of stuff to unload, man. She had a whole load she was carrying. From the conditioning, from being a goody two-shoes, and all that, trying to please everybody. You pick up stuff, man. That's why you get burnt out. Yeah, so the Lord it's like, yeah, that's why I came into Kali Yuga. Just come the right way. Come the way the book teaches, and only my real associate, the devotee Bhagavat, knows that way. That way is have your ecstatic devotion awaken, have it be born. When Jesus said be born again, he meant have that Lord in you born, coming up the canal this way, coming up, see, and then exploding into ecstasy. See, it's a new kind of orgasm, a transcendental one. When I was first awakened with Jesus, that's what it was. It felt like every cell in my body went into an orgasm. It was unbelievable. It's like, but no seminal release. Not like people orgasm, they think, but down there, root chakra stuff. No, it was a cellular thing. And complete. It was like unbounded ecstasy beyond any words. It's just inexplicable. So that's the birth. Man, Fernando was telling me he had something like that happen. Yeah. And others too, because it's the awakening. And without that, it's like you're not even really alive. And what kind of real teacher are you? I mean, actually, this is what it's about now. Everybody should be thinking real. Let me have a real spiritual master who is a real associate of Lord Caitanya now. Let's start fresh. Let's get a real associate who can prove it and tell us like it is, because their Bhagavad Gita 10:10, they worship with that arising prema, devotion, ecstasy. See? And therefore they have the right understanding, right clarity, very logical, teach you that God is not a control freak in the way people think. and you're controlled by the ministers and the liars and the cheaters and the hypocrites. No, when love of God begins to awaken, you start to get purified, really purified. Otherwise, you're not. You can't. Look how many people follow rules and regulations in religion, and they're still hypocrites and liars and cheaters. You know? Matter of fact, they usually come over here and call us liars and cheaters and hypocrites. They're releasing their own consciousness. It's like makes you a mirror for the world here, because now you've been absorbed into the internal potency and worship. Yeah, this is the most significant encounter you can have in your whole existence, in all incarnations, is to meet a devotee who worships in ecstasy, ecstatic love. Because it's just like meeting the Lord who came here once every 4,320,000,000 years. Hey, that's a pretty rare event, huh? Once every on the 28th Divya Yuga. That's for you TikTokers. It's from Kali Yuga to Satya Yuga to Kali Yuga to Satya Yuga 27 times. That's a long time. And then on the 28th, Lord Caitanya and first Krishna and Radha appear, and then Lord Caitanya. Otherwise, we cannot know these things. You have to have the revelation, the revealing, right? So this level is so rare and so high, so deep, that even that 550 years ago, it started. Well, it started to wane since then, and now it's being revived because even the acharyas were fearful. Well, fearful. They just didn't want to bring it out. It wasn't time until now. We have the order, to do this. But you're not going to get any more real than this. You're not going to find any essential path better than this. You're not going to find any path easier than this to get the greatest result. If you want to know who you really are, if you want to know who that great mysterious God really is, this is the real narrow gate. You have to go through the narrow gate. The narrow gate is this awakening in your own body, man, where you become the temple, the pujari, the offering, see? And the result is manifested in you, the ecstasy of the worship, and then the deity appears. Yeah. Yeah, it's that love that you need, like Tom says. Yeah, it's that love. You can have, see, people, they can have mystic. Matter of fact, Krishna taught Uddhava, I think it was in the 11th or 12th canto, 11th canto, the mystic system, how to have mystic powers and all that. He taught him. And then you know what he said? Don't follow this path. It's a distraction. You become corrupted. You'll get distracted with all these things. Don't follow that path. Okay? And if he said that to Uddhava, that's why we have our world run by Illuminatis and the Masons. Because they're corrupted by the knowledge. They became misers. It's like people, every opulence in the world without devotion corrupts you. You have no power to overcome this except through real bhakti. Yeah. Real devotion is the only thing that purifies our heart. Even so, you get knowledge and you become like people that get gold. See, material. See, material gold. What do you want to do? You want to hide it. Because people always want to steal it, don't you? You notice that? The Lord has set it up that way. People, if they think this is wealth, they want to steal it. The same thing with mystic powers and understanding how the universe works and everything. You learn these from the secret societies. You want to keep it a secret. You become corrupted by it. You become materially your consciousness is lowered because of you become like jealous and envious and a miser. Okay? So everything is corruptible. Okay? Even now in the digital, the crypto and everything, people want to steal it. They even in there, they want to steal it because they think it's wealth. See, real wealth. People want to take it. Why? Because Krishna is a thief. If Krishna is a thief, then the world of reflection is also a thief of wealth. Lalita is a thief. She steals all the time. Big thief. Johan also. Always stealing.
No boundaries anymore.
Yeah, but she's you can't tell. It's like she hides that she's a thief, but I see how she thieves. She steals and plunders. Okay? See? So, but there's no fault in this. Plundering this wealth this is attractive to Krishna. Krishna's very happy. Oh, you found the real wealth to steal. And what is the reward? Our reward is he steals away all our attraction to the world. After a while, he's just like, yeah. He steals our hearts. We steal his heart. It's all about thievery. But what wealth are you stealing? The illusory wealth is the wealth of the world. Okay? Everybody wants to. You can try to get that. You work your butt off. You try to do the right thing and everything, and then the government comes. They want to steal it because that's what they do. They're parasites. The government's always been that way. They're just thieves. They can't make any of their. They just want to get a position, and they start stealing everybody's wealth. The Lord set it up that way. You work your ass off like an ass, like a donkey, and then the government comes and takes everything.
Guru Maharaj, with Krishna, I have no guilt feelings to steal from him because I can see he has more than enough. He can give a little bit to me.
Oh, yeah. That's where you should be stealing. Yeah, and then your heart gets pure. You get so wealthy, you become magnanimous. That's why I see that this revelation of Lord Caitanya was so great. It gives you so much spiritual power, even being an associate of the Lord, that you're not like any ordinary teacher. You're not like any ordinary so-called spiritual master. Here, come follow me and give me all your time and money and all that stuff. Oh, and what will you get? Your reward is a lot of rules and a lot of bondage, man. Heavy yoke on you. You know how a bull, Jesus said, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. That's what you get from coming to a person like that. The yoke is light. See, and and the burden is less. You go to the Pharisees, heavy burden. Oh yeah, come serve us, give us your money and all that, and time and energy, right? And we'll put a big yoke on you. You bull, you ass, man. Heavy, rules every day, fasting. Like that. And then Jesus said, no, my yoke is light, my burden is light, and my yoke is easy. Now, Lord Caitanya comes, made it even easier. The yoke is featherless. Once you get this going, you'll see. You got to carry a little bit for a while. You got stuff you picked up, but then it gets lighter and lighter and lighter until it's like a feather. Yeah. See, all the weight. You ever seen a cart that has all the weight in the back? See, that's like Krishna. He's got all the weight. He takes all the weight, all the burden. You ever see a cart? I've been in cars. The weight is so heavy, the yoke goes up, and there's practically nothing, and weight on the ass. We're all like asses, fools, And so the Lord he sits on the cart. And the yoke goes up because he takes all the weight. Nothing for him. Yeah. Like he takes all your karma. He takes all that weight off you. Yeah. Let's see, who's this? I'm so glad we have brown cows. Otherwise, there would be chocolate milk. Oh, very intelligent people coming. TikTok. And he's repeating himself. What a great mantra there. Yeah. Yeah, all glories to Radha's love for Krishna. Yeah, some people also say that Krishna came as Lord Caitanya. He stole Radha's love. So he could relish Krishna, relish himself. Matter of fact, let's look at that nice verse every day that we read here. Chapter 1, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yeah, I mean, if people understood, and that's, this is the thing, we're pulling through very deep revelations and realizations that the general devotees don't understand or know. But it's really all about that, is to bring everything, all this teachings from Lord Caitanya. The teachings, the essence of the teaching of Lord Caitanya was to awaken this devotion in your worship, because then it becomes really amazing and juicy and revelatory. And that's the only paraphernalia you need. For you, there's no duty other than worshiping like this. And it's not really a duty even. It's not a burden. You just like to do it because it's so wonderful to love God, and you need love for God. You need that awakened. That's the bottom line. If your gurus now can't awaken it, even the gurus should be coming here, because that's what we do. This is our thing, is to quickly put people through the purification so that their love for the Lord will awaken. Otherwise your worship is that's why I can't take it serious. Krishna can't take it. I mean, it's like, okay, that's okay. But when are you going to be ready to move on? When are you going to be ready for more? Come on, man. Let's move along. Let's get this line going. See, so this is our work here, is to awaken this devotion. And so you understand, and also understand its glories. Okay, like this verse here. Chapter 1, Adi Lila. Desiring to understand the glories of Radharani's love. See, so that's the point of showing this kind of devotional service, is so that people develop a desire to understand the glories of this love. But a lot of people are not even at that point of desiring. So, but some are. That's why we're here. And the proof that this works and it's fast is, you look, Amy and Fanny, they desire to understand the glories of Radha's love. And look, they get it. Otherwise, they can't have realization. Wouldn't they write? And their understanding is very deep and very wonderful. But that's because I look at the symptoms and the qualities. It shows you they're a recipient of the mercy, like Lalita was talking in her class. People say, yeah, I'm an ecstatic devotee, but they have no revelation. That's called sahaja. They're acting on a platform they're not really on. That's why, really, Vaishnavas out there, you people in the Vaidhi land, in ISKCON area, you cannot call us sahajas. Our realizations are so deep. They're extraordinary. There are no gurus I've even found that can match them. The ones that you glorify and think are so great cannot even touch these revelations. And you can't even understand them out there yet. But you will see they're amazing. And they're amazing only because of this worship. And because I have not seen that worship out there to this extent. I could see in their revelations or realizations or insights are not very deep. Not like this. So what is Krishna thinking? The same thing I'm explaining here. He's seeing a love like you guys see here that we stole from Radharani, because that's basically it. I mean, I don't have that love. I have to steal it if I'm going to get it. You know, all glories to Radha's love. Hey, man, you know, like, hey, man, let me grab some of that. And she says, okay, yeah, I've been waiting for somebody to ask for this. You know, nobody cares about it. Well, yeah, that's why we're on a campaign, man. We're campaigning for Radha's love, right? It's a campaign. We want her for president. You know, let's let's elect Radharani as the most important president of our nations. Otherwise, we won't know, you know, Krishna's glories. You know, we need this Radha's love. All glories to Radha's love for Krishna. And that's what, I mean, you know, so without it, there's no understanding of the transcendental Lord, because the Lord is transcendental. It needs this transcendental love to realize it. Right? And you need to come into the disciplic line where it is. You got to get this awakening. That's what we do here. And it works. See? The whole point of having the guru is if you say, I'm in the Hare Krishna movement, oh, really? Okay. How deep does the rabbit hole go? How deep do you know what it's about? It's all about this awakening of this Radha's love for Krishna, the Gopi Bhav. It's all about that. Because without it, you don't understand Krishna. So what is the point? What is the point of going your whole life studying the Vedas and following all these rules and regulations, and you die without this awakening, this love? The Lord says it's futile. That's the teachings of Lord Caitanya. I just repeated. If you go and you don't develop attraction to Krishna, and attraction means you have to have this love. Otherwise, you're just trying, you're always, and you speak in terms of that, you act in terms of that, you teach in terms of that. It's all about attaining Krishna. Chant 1 lakh to attain Krishna. See? That's the instruction with Narayan Raj. Chant 1 lakh, follow these rules and regulations to attain Krishna. And I say that's not conclusive. What's conclusive? Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. You don't have love for Krishna? Okay. You haven't attained Krishna? Then follow the rules and regulations to develop a desire to attain Krishna. See? Because you'll realize you're always 2 fingers too short to attain Krishna that way. When you develop the desire, the Lord sees you're sincere, He'll put you with an associate of the Lord to teach you this that you get here. So this conclusiveness comes from this kind of worship, and that's its proof. That's proof that this is not sahaja, that this is intelligent preaching, logical preaching, reasonable, powerful. It gets the job actually done. It finishes this work that Lord Caitanya came to do. He came to awaken people's love for Krishna. Yeah, he gave them the potency. We give the potency too. You don't come here or you're against it and all that, and you claim you're actually a guru. You're a very low-class guru, to be honest with you. That's like you don't even know the goal of life. The goal of life is attained by this love. Otherwise, you'll never attain Krishna. Always 2 fingers too short, like Mother Yashoda. It says in the pastimes, 10th canto, she attained Krishna because of her devotion, her love for Krishna. See that devotion? Without it, you can't know that Krishna. You won't know his attribute. You have to become part of the family. You got to become bonded with that transcendental Lord, like the residents in Vrindavan. That's why you must associate with a real resident. Not a fake one, not a putana, a person that's under the clutches of Putana. That's most of these gurus. I'm telling you, man. If you think about it from a logical, reasonable point of view, if you say, I represent the Hare Krishna movement, I represent Krishna, right? I represent Krishna. You come through me, I'm going to get you into the kingdom of Krishna, kingdom of Vrindavan. Isn't that the Hare Krishna? Isn't that why you go? Why are you worshiping the deity? Shouldn't you be bringing the people to the transcendental deity? To know that deity? So you're saying you represent the deity, but you don't have this awakening of Radha's love for Krishna. You don't have Gopi Bhav. How are you an actual resident of Vrindavan? It's just like your Putana who waltzes in Vrindavan, but looks like a devotee, right? Wears all the dress, like you guys are wearing the dress of Vaishnavas, as knowers of Krishna. You're waltzing into Vrindavan, you waltz into the temple, and you sit on the Vyasasana, meant for somebody who knows Krishna. But you don't know Krishna. You're under the clutches of Putana. You are a false representative of Vrindavan. Okay? Just logical. They don't understand. Well, then you've got another demon obstacle, the ass demon, stubborn. Doesn't want to understand, can't understand, because that ass demon's got you by the buttocks. Okay? No, it's not about that. It's becoming a selfless servant. Oh, you got another demon, controlling. You got so many demons that protect Vrindavan. And usually people got about 10 of them keeping them out of Vrindavan. Okay? So you need to go to the spiritual master. One of their qualities, they remove the obstacle to those, because they're not into liberation. They're not swallowed by the snake of liberation. That's what Bhaktivinoda taught. Liberation is a snake. I see some of these gurus swallowed by snakes of liberation. That they teach it. Teach more or less impersonalism and New Ageism. Swallowed by Putana, pretending they represent Vrindavan. Oh, Gurudev, get me to Vrindavan, please deliver me, Gurudev, right? And they can't do it because they're under the clutches of hypocrisy. Putana was a hypocrite. She said she was a devotee of Krishna. See, she wanted to feed Krishna. What does that represent? Krishna's a little baby in Vrindavan, right? She wanted to kill Krishna. See? That's your gurus out there. They keep Krishna says in 10th canto that my devotees, my ecstatic devotees, are my real mothers and fathers and friends and beloveds. They are the root from which I grow. Otherwise, I can't grow up. You notice? Krishna could not grow up in Mathura. It was oppressed by what? These Vaidis, hypocrites still, level. It was oppressed. Kamsa was a religious person. He's acting like it, but not really. He was inside. A lot of these Vatican people, inside materialists. These gurus, inside pedophiles and materialists. Huh? I mean, this is history. See? So Krishna, little baby Krishna could not grow up. Where is that baby Krishna? That story is about you, about Krishna and you. Also, that's the metaphor. This is a revelation just got just now. That's why I come here every day. I love revelatory stuff. Krishna was transferred where the ecstatic devotees were, right? To be brought up. He was taken to the association of Vrindavan devotees, right? Just like you, been taken out of the Mathura, the abode of the rules and the regulations of Vaishnavism in ISKCONs and Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Samiti. You've been brought here to have Krishna and you brought up because what? We're not no-shows. where Krishna starts to peek out inside you, and you got one guru saying, "What are you doing?" Or a temple president, "What are you doing? Yeah, get back in there. Don't come out. You stay suppressed." See, Kamsa was suppressing the devotees of Vrindavan. I mean, of Mathura. There are devotees there. See? So what did Krishna do? He went and grew up. There. How? Well, he had food, right? What kind of food did he have? The love of his devotees. So Krishna grew up. So you have the external pastimes, but that represents the internal pastimes. That represents what's going on inside you. You come here. See, you got a little external thing going on like Vrindavan. This is the new Vrindavan. See, your Krishna can come out here, can express himself and grow up. Then what happens? He grows up, gets very strong and magnanimous, because Lord Caitanya is our deity, you know. He gets magnanimous and powerful and liberal, and then he thinks, hey, we're rich people, huh? We're a rich Sangha here. Let's distribute this on TikTok. Yeah, you see? Liberal. This is really liberal. Let's distribute this on Facebook Live. Let's send it to everybody. Whether they ask for it or not. Of course, if we have to wait for them to ask for this bhakti, we'll be here for 10 million years. You just got to just dump it on the world, man. Force it in the situation. Just like, Klaus Schwab wants to force you to become under tyranny, Hunger Games society. Well, he wants to force that. You know why? Because the Lord, it says one of his qualities, whether you ask for it or not, you're getting it. We're going to dump it on humanity, man. And you're going to like this dump, man. This is like what do they call in crypto, they have a word for it, an airdrop of all these coins, free coins. Yeah, you got free ecstasy being airdropped here, man. Yeah, by the devotees here like Lalita and Johan, and they're airdropping with their, with their ecstatic chanting. See, it's coming through the airwaves, the vibrations. See, everybody's getting free airdrop. This is worth more than crypto, man. Much more, man. You get this airdrop, man. This gives you eternal life. These coins on the computer, they don't give you eternal life. Eternal life, and you'll feel it here, man. These classes are eternally lively. You notice? Very lively, always new, different. Did you learn anything today? I did, man. Just always new things. I love it, man. This is what do you want to know what Jesus said? I have life, I can give it to you abundantly. Come here. Well, you'll realize that. You'll have personal experience of that. Otherwise not. You go your whole life quoting those verses like the Vaishnavas quote their verses and not realize anything. You heard your own quotes and didn't realize nothing, because there's no ecstatic devotion. You put the cart before the horse. No, the horsepower is this bhakti. It pulls the cart effortlessly. See? But otherwise you got the cart in front and you're trying to push a very heavy cart. Krishna is very heavy like that, but very light when you have this bhakti. See, all glories to Radha's love for Krishna. We could talk about this to the end of our days, how important it is. Just by the fact it's in the scriptures like that. All glory, all the glory has to go to that. Not all glories to Vaidhi Bhakti, all glories to rules and regulations, all glories to Varnashram Dharma. That's what devotees, most of them, are still doing. Anyway, you few out there, are you anybody ready to say all glories to this love of Krishna, Radha's love for Krishna, devotion to Krishna? You ready for this teaching? Very simple teaching. Come here, we'll show you that. We'll show you how glorious it is. And then we'll glorify it with the word also, till you really get it. You'll see some really happy people here. You're the people, you'll see what it looks like to please Krishna, because it's all over the faces of devotees. After a while, you start to see it. Those who are pleasing Krishna, they have this transcendental smile. Well, you don't see that, and look at their face, man. Drunken and toxic. He looks like I could show you deities in India that look like Lalita with this transcendental drunken smile. I'm telling you the truth. I'll find some. I'll show you. I remember some pictures. Why? Because the deity's living inside her. See, because she followed the real path. This is the real path. It's very spelled out, really simple. You TikTokers or anywhere you're seeing this, very simple path, man. You go to the devotees who have this bhakti, and you get it. That's what Lord Caitanya did. That's what he taught here in essence. Though Madhavinda Puri had this ecstatic devotion, very special type of bhakti from Vrindavan. And the Lord said, because of your ecstatic love now, you're going to engage people in this my transcendental loving service. Only you can do it. Only you with this love. Like Prabhupada doesn't go to these people in this way and give such an order he gave me. You know why? Because their ecstatic devotion wasn't awakened. Before Prabhupada appeared to me, I was worshiping in ecstasy for years. Years and years and years. Then he comes. You think he's going to come to these devotees and give such an order? I got the order Nityananda and Advaita God. Give manifest ecstatic devotion even before the lowest persons. Give it to them. And that's why it works here. People are getting it. You don't have to be, they're teaching, no, you got to attain it. You got to be qualified. You got to be super duper Olympic devotee, right? You got to be a Radhanath or a Narayan Raj before you're going to get that mercy. What kind of mercy? I wonder they got. It's not like here that we give away free. Why? Because we got that all glories to Radha's love for Krishna. Because it's so glorious, you become so spiritually powerful, so liberal, so magnanimous, so munificent that you can give it to an Amy and a Lalita and anybody that really wants it. If you come here with that eagerness and you're like Krishna saying, yeah, I want that love looks great, man. Oh yeah. Or Janaki, she saw that, she was like a fly to you know what? Where Ramananda Roy says, if ecstatic love, you talk to Lord Caitanya in that conversation, Chaitanya Charitamrita. If spontaneous devotion is available somewhere, you should immediately fly there. We don't see so many flying here, do you? Because they don't know its glories. Their gurus can't teach them. If there's any chance you want to know Radha's, all glories to Radha's love for Krishna, this is the place. Because this is where it's shown, this is where it's demonstrated, and this is where it is glorified in word and in deed. The deed being the ecstatic worship. So you could see the role model for this. Otherwise, that's not being given in this world. How can you get it from Narayan Raj who never showed it and taught that if it even appears in you, you hide it? How can you actually think that you're going to get it? That's why it's a many lifetime preaching. I'm no fault in it. It's what he did. That's what he realized up to that point. How are you going to get it in ISKCON where the gurus don't even talk about it? And if they do, they don't have it. They can't even produce the symptoms of it. You have to go where it is, right? This is all glories to Radha's love for Krishna. You realize that here. You'll see it here. We live by that motto, all glories to Radha's love for Krishna. We cannot live without stealing some of that every day. You see it on Lalita. She laughed when I said that. She said, yeah. Shh. Like the Illuminati. Shh. we're mass depopulating here, but shh. Let's call everybody crazy like they call me. Let go, Hari. He's a good teacher spiritually, but even my Sangha member, he's a good teacher spiritually. But God, he's a little crazy, man. He doesn't. He thinks that the government is trying to get rid of the people and declared war on people. That's crazy. The government would never do that. They think. Right, Evo? Freddie? You watch. It's already coming out. We'll see what Krishna, I think this is going to be a real Leela, man. This is going to be an action-packed Hollywood blockbuster Leela. What's going on here, man? Just like there's never been a time in history where there's been so much of a crazy stuff going on. I mean, this is like a real Bhagavatam story going on here. And this ecstasy that we're bringing forth, it's just and this is worldwide, actually. See, Lord Caitanya just did the ecstatic level in India. Here we're doing a worldwide thing. Look at it. We got we're leveraging technology here, right? We're reaching the whole world. Everybody in different places. We can get millions of people here. Let's see how attractive Krishna comes. The only possibility is by continually worshiping the Lord, and it just gets stronger and stronger and better and deeper and deeper. See, there's no other way that this can grow. You literally have to feed Krishna, and he's hungry, man. A lot. You just got to feed him a lot and a lot and a lot and a lot. And then the realization of the real God, the real Krishna, starts to grow in the world even more. It becomes more like obvious. Dulat Ram, great job. It feels great. Yeah, good. Glad. Yeah, that's the main thing. We'll send you a book for free. You will see the evidence of all the texts in it. Who is the divine? Yeah, well, that's you can understand on that level, but on the level of experiencing that divine, that's what we work here. But you need this special devotion, awakened, to do it. That's our work. It's Lord Chaitanya's work. Remember Prabhupada said that Lord Caitanya Leela is postgraduate. Okay? So postgraduate is the awakening of this devotion. It's the only way to understand these books and concepts and all that stuff. That's why right now we're a small group, but still, hey man, we're getting purified and it's building. Give us a word, Lalita. Give us a drunken word.
I was seeing this teacher that comes in class here and tries to teach us, and I think,
we got a teacher, huh?
Yeah, so just wait. I asked, please listen to Guru Maharaj. He's always the same thing. Always comes from the same direction. They come to teach.
They got to get it out of them. That's in the way, actually. So it has to come out.
Yeah.
Maybe later he'll listen. We'll see. Some people are very attached to these things.
Yeah. I know.
That represents an obstacle. Ramachandra Puri had that. So Ramachandra Puri was the example in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He wanted to teach his own guru. He had it right. We also have that here. Sometimes some students here, some of them want to, well, Gaur, you're not seeing things right. You need to, they have no idea. They did that. with Lord Chaitanya. They do with all real devotees that people think they know.
Yeah, yeah. I also have this experience that people say you don't see it rightly, while I see it because of my connection towards you, to be connected to the true vine, and this knowledge and this prema is emanating from you. It gives me this intelligence of the
Yeah,
Lord, not mine, the
yeah.
intelligence of the Lord, gradually, but yeah.
There's no other way to get it. This is the whole thing. It's this, it just comes in this process. And if you follow, try to, Jesus said it, the Father knows the Son knows the Father, and the Son can reveal the Father to whom he chose. Father is the real deep conception that they understand. And this is a very deep understanding, very deep conceptions. Yeah. And so you have to come this way. Otherwise, you try to climb in if you try to climb in the kingdom of God some other way, you're thrown out. Jesus said. It just shows you, the Vaishnavas also have to follow that. You have to listen to a person who knows the transcendental nature of the Father. And in this aspect, in our line, is deeper. We know the Father as actually the most intimate friend and the most beloved, and we actually know how to feed that Lord. See,
Yeah,
this knowledge is in our understanding, many of us. And to learn that is you have to go the process. You have,
yeah.
yeah,
And now I steal from Radhe to be capable to steal his flute, to steal from Krishna
yeah,
with her help.
yeah. Otherwise, you can't understand Krishna. You can't understand his qualities. He's the supreme personality of Godhead, but you have to love that Lord to be able to understand that Lord. It's a family affair. All the residents of Vrindavan, they had this special love for Krishna. Therefore, Krishna revealed his special qualities that he didn't even reveal in liberated Dhams, like even Mathura or Dwarka or Vaikunta. Special qualities, but you got to be connected to a resident Vrindavan. See? We prove it every day. But this kind of preaching cannot come from unless your love is of that variety. You cannot teach people these things. You got to be an experienced person. The Lord makes you by giving himself to you. That's why you see, you could be a low person. You could be a nothing, a nobody like Amy. She admits, I'm a nobody.
Me too.
Nothing. Nothing special, nothing. See? But the Lord, because the Lord has given himself to her, she's getting to know everything. See? She's just like her guru. See? Like her guru, always learning deeper, newer, see? On the same path. She got the same mercy because she believes in this preaching. And these people can't get what she's got because they're trying to climb in some other way. No, this is conclusive. This is what's taught in the not only in the Vedas, in the Bible too. You go in through the door. The door is the devotee who is authorized, anointed, appointed to do their job, which is to awaken this spirit of devotion. Oh, you'll never, you're just putting on a big show that you know Krishna. They're prancing around, flaunting the Vedas that they don't understand, on their speculations. Yeah. Come on, man, grow up for God's sake. What? How am I going to get to Vrindavan through people who are not in Vrindavan consciousness, who don't have Vrindavan ecstasy, that don't even show Vrindavan ecstasy, or are lying because they say, oh, we're no shows.
Knowing Krishna is something that happens in a discovering journey, like an adventure in which you discover him every day, newer and newer and fresher, and you're full of surprise every day. Wow,
Yeah.
that's you as well, and that's you as well. Oh, and that fits with this, and now I know you better. And it's every day, over and over again. It's such a pleasure.
Yeah,
And
if you
so
don't have,
I know
yeah,
Krishna.
yeah.
from the
Yeah, if you don't
books.
have that lifestyle, you're not on this path. You're not. This is the path of prema bhakti, and it becomes your life. And if it's not your life, and you don't know what is the real bhakti. What is real bhakti lata bij even. I see that in Vaishnavism, a lot of they don't know what real bhakti lata bij is. It's all forthcoming. We're the first fruits, visibly. I mean, you show me other fruits. You know.
It's because you invest in the relationship. That's how you come closer to the Lord. You know, you always over and over again invest in that relationship, in that contact, and then
Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah,
comes.
and that's why you need the relationship, you need the awakening. Otherwise, you won't want to do this. People come here also, and they get the raise, but they don't have the awakening. But they get the raise, and they think they're already ecstatic devotees too. But then you see Krishna tests them, and they end up fall on their face because they're just getting the raise, but then they want to imitate. They want to be thinking, well, I'm just as good. It happens a lot here, you know. They get the raise and they think now they're even better than their guru. See, you're on the right path because you act appropriately. You act like Krishna is living inside you. They don't. If you're just getting the rays, you're still in danger. See, the rays that emanate, they call that para attachment. You could still be a Mayavadi and get this. Here, sometimes we have Mayavadi types. They come here, they get the rays, and they think, oh, I'm actually even more qualified than Gaurahari. I'm his teacher. We've had experience of that. We see that. And that's a contamination, actually. They're only getting the rays. It doesn't actually activate. Matter of fact, Narayan Raj said that about me. He said, no, he's just got para attachment. See, he told my disciples, that's how he got them. He convinced them. He convinced Manara, or whatever her name is, Brahmanidi, that Gaurahari has just got shadow attachment. Because he had to acknowledge it had something. So he said, oh, that's just shadow. That's just para attachment, shadow, rays from the moon-like heart of a living devotee. Where was that moon-like devotee in my life? Where was it? I had nobody. There was no ecstatic devotee in my life. It was a lie, a speculation. See? Wasn't true at all. I had no association. I was looking for I couldn't find one. But I had all this ecstasy. It was just, the mercy was there. Yeah? Go ahead. What?
Yeah, I just wrote it here in class. They are so blind by lack of ecstasy that they are not capable to recognize an ecstatic devotee. And they call us sahajas, while we are capable to hear the fake sounds,
Yeah.
to hear the fake laughter, and to
Yeah,
see the fake tears. We are capable because of our bhakti. But that's the difference. We can say that we can see the sahajas.
yeah.
I could not do that a few years ago.
Yeah.
I remember that I saw somebody chanting in ecstasy and that I thought, wow, he's ecstatic. But then when I saw what he was writing, the books he wrote, I said, no, this must have been a shadow. This is not what we have here. Here, everything is like in the Shastras.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much evidence for this, and there's so much evidence showing that, like if we had a court of law, they would lose because we have so much evidence that this is real and more true, and so that's the bottom line: is who do you believe? You believe the no shows? He was saying, oh, that's shadow and everything, but okay, where's your show? I didn't even see a show. There's no show of not this. Maybe there was something he had or something, but not like this. This is the thing. There's a lot of things that compete with this bhakti. That's what we see here. Oh no, what you're doing is you got this Dieter guy, also another one, competitor, trying to gun in, the back door, with people. I blocked the guy. Yeah, because if you don't, you get your chance, and if you're not, okay, we'll move on. I don't need that troubles. I don't need some guy, coming out trying to pollute my friends and students. They're like, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees. He's one of those guys. Tricky. Oh yeah, I want to be your friend, but then, yeah, right. Been there, done that. I know a lot of those types.
They don't know what a real friend is. A real friend of an ecstatic devotee is not somebody like him,
Yeah,
already coming, I want to be your friend, and not recognizing that you are really empowered. That's already a bad start.
yeah, yeah, and also promoting these other guys that are also not ecstatic devotees, and saying, "Well, this is the real guy." See, they want to promote, which is not really on the high standard of a devotee. I only promote liberated souls on the level of associates of Lord Caitanya. That's our line. Otherwise, forget it, man. I mean, just don't ask me to praise anybody in this world that is not an associate of Lord Chaitanya. Otherwise, your bhakti will never awaken. That's the whole problem. This is your issues in the current day Vaishnavism. Is you mix in the worship of liberated souls with non-liberated souls. And now, if you can understand what the quality of a liberated soul really was on your own realization, then you would never do that. Because if you did, the Lord would show you why not to do that. Yeah, because I mean, especially if you want to do the ultimate. I mean, we're here to preach to finish people's their incarnation in the material universe. We're going to finish that, man. Yeah. But that's only you have to raise to the vibration of liberated souls, and that does by that praising what is transcendental to all the material modes of nature, praising that what is beyond liberation even. You cannot praise liberation. Some of the gurus, like the Radhanath, he praises liberation stuff. Still, he's peppered in his Vaishnavism preaching, praising just like to hit the level of Brahman. No, well, we're here to go deeper. Whoever wants to. I'm just praising the teachings of Lord Caitanya. It's if this ecstatic devotion doesn't awaken anybody, you're not very important. You want to become important? Then get this ecstatic devotion. See, people have it wrong. Even here, when you're going through purification, you think, I just want to be important to you. I want to be important. I want to be important. Well, you got to become an ecstatic devotee to become important. Otherwise, you're not very important. That's just the truth. The false ego is, well, what about me? Well, you're not an ecstatic devotee yet. You're not that important to Krishna or the devotees yet. That's just how it is. But you want to become important. You got to get purified. You got to become, just stick around. You'll get there. And then you'll become important to Krishna because only his devotees are important. I'm here to teach that. But if a lot of people in the mundane consciousness, they think, I just want to be important. You're not being a mundane, attracted to the world, you're not very important, and you never will be. But once ecstasy awakens in you, all of a sudden you become more and more important to the Lord and his devotees. You give them real life. Otherwise, you're not even, how can you be important to somebody you're just in the shadow? You're in the shadows. The shadow is not important. I don't look at the shadow. I don't look at people that are in the shadows unless I use it for preaching. I want to look at people in the light. The light, I look at where the light is and in the light. See, the light is the conclusive truth, and those who are steeped in it. The light are the ecstatic devotees who worship the Lord in ecstasy. They're important to the Lord. The only ones important to the Lord. Why wouldn't it be important to me? I'm here to show that example. I'm here to help you get purified of this wanting to bring your mundane non-importance into the kingdom of God. It doesn't. You got to get that what'll make you important is the awakening of ecstatic devotion. Otherwise, you're always trying to bring in this unimportantness into Vaishnavism, into this worship. You have to really get this is not very important. I'm not very important until ecstatic devotion awakens. And what's the best way to learn that lesson? Make the ecstatic devotees very important to you. Not only me, we got a lot of ecstatic devotees here now. Make that there, learn from them also. How they got the gift. It's a gift, but you got to want this, and you got to get over the envies, and the jealousies, because you don't. That's only showing you that you want that. Okay, that's fine. But the way you get it is by the mercy of ecstatic devotees. It's always been that way. The Lord taught that. I teach that now too, because the Lord taught it. Oh, you want the mercy of Krishna? You got to get it through the ecstatic devotees. Yeah, all the devotees, they showed the example. They came into the society of Lord Chaitanya's devotees. They paid obeisances to all the ecstatic devotees. Showing the I pay my obeisances. See, this is conclusive. Otherwise, you're cheating. You're being cheated. You pay your obeisances to the mundane world. Well, Shiva didn't do that to preach because that's what the world is doing. See, they're paying obeisances. They're giving respect to what is mundane and material. See, I'm here to teach. Lord Caitanya was here to teach. Nityananda was here to teach. To give respect and honor and worship to the transcendental personalities, associates of the Lord, and who they worship, their conception. Because their conception is as it is clear, and will awaken the love of Radha in you. She only wants to hear that. She only wants conclusiveness, man. She's not interested in anything else. She'll just stay bored, won't reveal herself to you. You got to come in the door. Yeah. Oops. Desiring to understand the glorious Radha's love. So yeah, that's what it's all about, man. That's why you won't come here unless you want to see the glories of the love that you see manifested by many devotees here. It is the greatest wealth you can get in any lifetime, in any sector of this universe. From heaven to the earth to hell's is this kind of love, because this will dissolve all illusions. There's no other way to dissolve all the illusions. It'll even part the light of Brahman. That'll just dissolve. And you'll see the real face of the Wizard of Oz, Krishna. Without this love, you can't dissolve it all. Dissolves all obstacles, all impediments, gives all understanding. It's an all-in-one solution. Yeah. Awakens the spiritual body, nourishes the spiritual body, gives all understanding. Can you see why Krishna said, all glories to Radha's love for Krishna? And why he desired to understand the glories of Radha's love? And what we have in this Sangha, the opportunity we have in this Sangha. So for you, some newcomers, don't worry about so much, well, this guy doesn't understand me, and he doesn't like me and I'm going to leave. Don't do that. People are in the shower here and they're, developing their relationships, and sometimes they need distance from certain people and certain devotees even. Don't give up the ship because of some little fighting infrastructure. That's just gonna, that's not intelligent. That's not logical. You don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Bathwater's going gradually, but the baby is here. We keep the baby. So don't run away because the devotee didn't treat me right. I'm going, man. You know how many times I heard that? That's neophyte. So get over it. We got a big baby here. Lord Caitanya, Nityananda, Radha and Krishna. Huge. So stay here with that. And if you have any problems, with the different devotees, I'll give you a quick counsel job and then send you to my more advanced counselors. I farm the stuff out a little bit now. Delegate. Prabhupada even started to delegate the letter writing. Hamsa Duda told me he was writing a lot of letters. So he was writing a lot of letters to devotees. Prabhupada couldn't do it anymore. So watch the letters, they're not always like... A lot of them are written by Hamsa Duda. He was writing them. We know what happened to him. See, it's time. Prabhupada said the real acharya rises by the will of Krishna. And that's what people should be looking for. Is the real spiritual master arises by the will of Krishna. See, the will, the anointing. That's why the same idea. Jesus said, I was anointed by the Spirit of the Lord. There's a verse in the Old Testament. He picked it up. He could see, he could relate to that verse because that was his realization. That was he was relating to that verse. It was his actual experience. He was anointed. So he read it from the scriptures to show, you see, Guru and Shastra was there. See, he was anointed by the Spirit of the Lord to free the captives and to preach the good news to the poor. See, so they had their version of Guru, Sadhu, Shastra there even at that time. See? So he's got the Shastra. See, yeah, I've been anointed by the Spirit of the Lord to free the captives, and he freed some. See? To preach the good news to the poor. The people like an Amy or a Fanny, they take it, they receive it, right? And go shoop right up. It's good news to them, right? The captives, they're captivated by all these obstacles, the Putana obstacle, the jackass demons, stubborns, and all that. You free some of them. See, there we got, and then the witnesses say, yeah, very good, yeah, we've been freed by Jesus. See, and they didn't have the full range so much because the Spirit was given after Jesus left. Here we got Guru, Sadhu, Shastra already. We don't have to leave. This is more powerful, actually, in that sense. We got the living Guru, right? We got living devoted sadhus who got awakening of their love for God. Then we got these pristine Shastras still. They're still fantastic. Haven't been not too many editors yet. I mean, we're like kids in a candy store, man. We're lucky. And you'll see, more and more, everybody, how lucky we are. I'm just realizing every day too, more and more. It's amazing. I love this. Yeah. See, and the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love. See, there's only with this kind of love can you understand these qualities of Krishna. And so Krishna was as an outsider. That's you guys. You're like that Krishna now. We got to see, how does this verse relate to you? Why is it in chapter 1 of Adi Lila, such a high verse? See, that's when you're ready for the real guru, because you got to be like that, and then and you got to see the recipients of that kind of love, that Gopi Bhav, worshiping the Lord in ecstasy, because they stole some of that Radha's love. They were able to get it. Yeah, and you got to be like the Krishna on the outside, saying, God, I want to understand the glories of this love. Look how deep these people know. See, if Krishna is favorable to you, he'll give you the intelligence to understand that this is the place to be. You'll realize it. What does Bhagavad Gita say? Krishna says, I'm the intelligent of the intelligent. But if you're intelligent, he's also the intelligence of the crafty intelligence, the materially motivated intelligence. That's him, but in a kind of not a very nice version, man. They won't treat you right, those kind of leaders, ultimately. They can't. Because it's the intelligence is still contaminated. Speculation. See? But if the Krishna is the intelligent of the intelligent, makes you intelligent enough to see the kind of love that's here, you'll start thinking like that Krishna, like, boy, I want to understand the glories of love. I want to understand, like how, well, what does the verse go here? Don't want to speculate here. The qualities. I want to understand those qualities like those devotees understand those qualities. Look how happy it's making them. Matter of fact, that gets to the next part of the verse. The happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of this love. Like this morning, I told you, man, I'm thinking, wow, how sweet this love is. Man, it's everything. It made me very happy. My only happiness, these kind of realizations that come by understanding the glories of love of God. See, love of Krishna. They understand this. Otherwise, how are we going to understand the quality, the transcendental qualities of the supreme personality? See, personality? A lot of people think personality, God has a personality. No, he's some faceless thing. Some nebulous idea, great mystery, Yeah. See, so how are you going to understand the qualities of the Lord without this love? You see, the verse is so perfect. Everything is in there. See, if you studied Prabhupada's books for years and years and years, and you see how we understand these books, and you're attracted, that's why Johan is here, right? Why Janaki is here? Why Freddie is here? They studied the books for years and years and years and years, but they're here because it's like, yeah, I want to understand how he understands, right? And then even how my students who get this bhakti understand too. It's like deep. And then you see like the Amy's and Fanny, the newcomers, and how they're understanding. Look at who do I say? What does Amy have to say today? What does Fanny have to say today? I love reading their things. To me, they're my spiritual master. I'm fed. If Chris feeds my heart, what they understand. It's so deep. Where do they get this? So beautiful souls. My Shiksha gurus, Fanny and Amy. I only go to Lalita to learn how to fold towels. I'm still working on that. Boy, can she fold the towel. I don't want to hang around her. I don't want her. She's a big thief, man. She's always stealing. I like honest devotees that follow the rules, like Balaram. Guru is teaching now. Please listen. Yeah, let's see what he does. See how he responds. In the first light of the 15th chapter of Gitaji, this world is like a tree that has been described upside down. Ooh. Wow, that's deep. We'll send you a book for free. Oh, thank you.
We really look very poor. We need it.
Yeah, we really need help here. You will see evidence of all the text. Boy, the guy doesn't listen at all. See, this is the thing. He's too full of it, what's inside. He just can't listen. You see, it's the thing. Oh God, they don't know anything. We know everything. I know everything. They need this help and all that. He's not listening to anything we say. Can't. Yeah. So anyway, it's a good lesson. Thank you very much there, Dulat. You are doing a great job. Well, hey, thank you. Feels great. All right, hey, we're getting in there. All right, so read some stuff there, Lalita.
Okay, Guru Maharaj.
No, I read yeah.
Oh, you mean comments?
Comments, yes.
Okay.
We got a lot of comments.
I found Amy, she said, that was, yeah. I prepared it, I looked it up, and then, so, yeah, exactly. You didn't have power attachment to anything. You had full, 100% ecstatic, loving, natural devotion to the Lord. So much so that people who interact with you literally catch that love bug for God as well. That's
Mhm.
it. That spiritual master. The proof is in the pudding,
Yeah, I
folks.
mean, yeah, you see people getting power attachment here. Now you can see where it is. Because what happens is if they're not deeply purified, they end up running away. They can't take it. And they might come back, and they usually sometimes come back. You know, sometimes you just got to get out of this. So much intense purification. You just got to go outside. Let me step. It's like you got to go outside for a smoke, for a little bit, when the people. Well, okay, go. I got to go out for have a cigarette, man. I could be back in a little bit. Sometimes people have a long cigarette. They don't. They just keep smoking out there, chain smoking. Hey,
Let's
when you
smoke
come,
like a Turk.
yeah. So that's the way. Here you see what real power attachment is. Yeah. You can see when it's not very deep. See, that's the thing. When it's not deep, so you're getting the rays. They pick up Mayavadi types can pick up the rays, and but it doesn't go very deep because they have that mentality. They want to maintain it. So yeah. So here, when you can see symptoms of the bhakti fructifying in your realizations, it starts to well up from within, and then you get very conclusive. See, and you never leave the Guru Tattva. That's part of the thing. It's how can you imagine? You get really ecstatic, and then you leave the Guru Tattva, and then nobody gets in the kingdom. Because you can't even put yourself as guru anymore because you lost the line. You lost the path.
That's
Like
right.
Rasikananda he was so ecstatic. His name, Rasikananda, he was so ecstatic like his guru. He brought people to his guru, brought them into the Sangha. Yeah, why not?
That's why there is a guru.
Yeah.
That's the job of the
Yeah.
devotees.
Yeah, while they're there, and then you come into the sangha. Instead, then you get shiksha from the disciples, like people take shiksha from you, and just they get value. So yeah, because the family affair here. Yeah, and it's getting more. You'll see more bhakti, more people getting it. And look, it's starting to manifest a beautiful and organic flower garden, like wildflowers. Yeah, it gets
Yeah,
pretty wild.
I love them the most.
Yeah,
They are
wild.
sensitive, but they're most beautiful,
Yeah,
most natural.
yeah, yeah. Speaking of wildflowers, yeah, let's see here. Wildflowers, wildflowers. Yeah, wildflowers. It's time for the wildflowers.
Ah,
See, natural opulence. This is kind of the difference between, see, the nature is always better. This is the mode of good. You see how beautiful nature is? And man, in the mode of passion and ignorance, they want to change this. They want to alter nature. This is where the problem is. This is what we're living in a time. People want to alter nature. They want to change DNA. The DNA God gave us. They want to cut it and put. We read these stories about like half horse, half people, centaurs and stuff. This is all true. This was before, and they're doing it again. All these things you read about half animals and monsters, and they're creating it right now. They're already doing it. They have it labs. They have pigs with human faces. Weird shit, man. And see, this is corruption by the opulences. You get you able to manipulate people's stuff like this, and then you want to play God, and you never do it very well. Yeah. Okay, read some others comments.
okay. Fanny also said, sorry, Amy. I said the Amy's and the Fannies, when you say that, Guru Maharaj, it sounds like an army of lovers. The Amy's and the Fannies are.
See, in the future, there's going to be 108 Fannies and Amy.
Sankirtan, Amy's and Fannies. Amy says, Sri Agora Haridas saves. He saves through grace. Yoo-hoo. He puts the love of God into the heart. And now I have a direct, intimate relationship with my Lord
My
by
goodness.
accepting this grace that I received by listening to the words of his true devotee. God listens to love for him, which we can cultivate through love for his true devotee, who is the living representative. Who else can do this for a person? It's true. That's absolute
Yeah.
truth.
Isn't that
Who can
amazing? Yeah. Go ahead. What?
who can give a person a direct relationship with God, especially on this level? Well, Sri Ragora Haridas can and does. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a Jesus trip that people think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's the bona fide guru trip, really. It's what Jesus taught. You need to have the empowered person. You have to be able to pick up the book like Jesus said, and it has to be really true. I've been anointed by the Spirit of the Lord to free the captives and preach the good news to the poor. So if you're actually doing that, you'll be freeing captives because of a real anointing, and you will preach the good news, and the Fannies and the Namies will just kind of rise up. The devotion rises up very fast. That's because you don't need. I don't need to kind of beat on you and do all kinds of stuff. Things to get you purified, because it just kind of comes naturally, easily. That's the good news. See, the good news is, hey, here you go. Take the bhakti, man. Boom, go up and up and up. There's some devotees like that. And some need the captives. So you got to be doing what the verse says. You got to be a devotee Bhagavat. Yeah, devotee Bible Bhagavat. If you're a real one, you're all of that. That means the Lord is actually using you to deliver his devotees, like the book says, chapter 1, Adi Lila. When you're ready to be delivered, the Lord appears as a bona fide spiritual master and the super soul. Appears. When you're with a bona fide spiritual master, he activates your bhakti, the super soul. That's the super soul in the heart. And they start to realize stuff, right? You get realized. Oh, wow. Ooh, I didn't know the verse was so juicy and so nice. It's devotion. You've been activated, man. Now you're a sleeper. You're a sleeper agent. You were a sleeper. Now you're activated. You're put in service now. Okay, what else?
Johan says to do Latram, as long as you read, you need to read Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 8, the talks between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai. As long as you stay hanging on Bhagavad Gita, it's not enough to understand, to feel the love of Radha and Krishna. That's what we also had in this Vaidhi part. They were always talking about Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita, but actually,
yeah. Well, you can also understand when you hear it from an ecstatic devotee.
of course.
Yeah. That's what. I mean, Lord Caitanya said, because Bhagavad Gita is an important book, actually. And,
but I don't think that was what Johan wanted to say.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, it doesn't matter, because this guy wants to hear Bhagavad Gita. I'm trying to help him, not by telling him to go to the highest book. There's another way. See, the other way is the devotee that wanted to learn Bhagavad Gita was actually Srivas. He said, well, so Lord Caitanya said, well, if you want to listen to Bhagavad Gita, you want to hear it from Advaita Acharya's perspective. So Advaita Acharya would always teach Bhagavad Gita from the point of view of devotion. See? And then you're understanding the Bhagavad Gita. Not just, well, let me tell you about Radha and Krishna. And no, I want to hear Bhagavad Gita. So, so a devotee will teach Bhagavad Gita in relationship to the deeper understanding of bhakti, which is, I do all the time. I like it. Okay? Yeah.
That's the best message. Yeah, that's the message that we should give everybody. It's just here.
Yeah, also in your preaching, don't just go always to the highest books. Everybody needs to go to teach the what you would think, or they're not lower books. When you start doing it, you'll start to bring in the higher teaching to where this makes a bridge. Otherwise, generally the devotees, they would only speak the higher things, like the Goswami books in the higher rasas to rasic devotees. So here in preaching too, we need to bring that down to the Bhagavad Gita. This way, and Bhagavatam also. Show the people that you love Bhagavatam, because they're just doing Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and you want to bring them up. Well, bring the Radha and Krishna down into Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, and you can do that as you're doing here. And it's wonderful, actually, really nice. I mean, I love it. I love bringing it through, practical. I like practicality,
Bhagavad Gita is finally interesting, became finally interesting for me by your association.
Yeah, I mean, because it's all relatable to these things. And I also, another thing I like to do, I've been noticing too, is I bring the higher. Sometimes I'll read the higher things, and then the Lord gives me how it relates practically in the world. Well, He does that with everything. I mean, this is what I love about this path. It's it ain't nothing like this, man. Where you can preach things that, I mean, people are just coming to the level of starting to understand this stuff. So, and that comes by coming here. It starts here. I mean, look how many years, huh, Tom? We've been here for years, and now, you see, now it's growing more, and yeah. Look, he's so happy now. Let's look at Tom. Yeah, let me look. He looks intoxicated. That's the look you need. It's a nice intoxicated look. So give us a word, Tom.
Yeah, I actually I wanted to make a point about what I experienced being in the audience in Facebook. Listen, I tried to give Amon a hug with the icon, yes, and I tried to give Lalita a hug with the icon, but Facebook didn't allow me to give Amon a hug. There was no icon talking about manipulation. There was no option. They distinguish who I can give a hug or not. And I was really, whoa, this is going far. This artificial intelligence manipulation. They decide who I can give a hug or not.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really crazy.
Yeah, it's getting, yeah. It's just, yeah. So there's that level. And this is, see, the more this light is shining, the darkness also kind of manifests. So people have a choice now. And that choice is actually, this is part of the waking up, is you see, like, this is what my life is going to be. What? You start to, that helps wake you up, because it's always been kind of like in the background, this kind of material motive. We've been cheated. They've been poisoning our water for years. They put fluoride in the toothpaste, and they get people. They've been programming people in schools. They do it on TV. They do all this, but now it's getting so self-evident. See? Well, this is also becoming self-evident. This is how we wake up. This is how the shift is going. It's the only way. This is why the Bhagavatam is always about these ages. You notice? Kamsa came. Krishna came, Kamsa came, and all the demons were manifesting. And Krishna manifested. See? And the friction happens, the good against the bad, and then Krishna's there too.
They are also telling you this is how you should defend yourself. Yes, but they only give the inconclusive ways of defending yourself.
Yeah.
This is really defending yourself. Yeah. Coming here and protecting, become protected by the Krishna energy. Yes, yeah. That's the only real protection. Yeah. But they are offering inconclusive protections, yeah. And it's manipulation. It's unfair even.
Yeah. And yeah, see, we're here to protect Krishna. See, they're thinking, let me protect my false ego, false ID, protect my body, identify with my body. Let me protect my body. Let me keep my body safe. It's so low grade, man. It's like lizard mentality. They wanted people to become, lizard minds, cold like them, Yeah, lizards are cold. They have no compassion, right? So we're here to protect Krishna, yeah, don't we? And once your spiritual body is awakened, which can happen here, you're protecting the Lord in your heart because He's the most important. You know, can you imagine being cut off from the Lord in the heart? We also we have no real life. We can't feed the Lord if love doesn't manifest anymore because cut off from it because of bad association or even good association can cut you off. You know, a lot of good people don't believe in this Lord. Look, Jarasandha was like that. He didn't believe in the transcendental Krishna. We do. We believe in the transcendental Radha, this devotion. You know, that's our life and soul. The revelations of that we get from the love for Krishna's qualities, transcendental qualities, and personality is our life and soul. Literally, demonstratively. And you know, people they don't understand. Yeah, well, hey man, the main thing is I understand it. That's a, you know, and you guys are understanding. You know, I had to get to the point for this kind of preaching. I had to say, hey man, this is my life and soul. Well, you know, no, God is good. No, that's well, yeah. I mean, if you're into that kind of God, God is good, God is bad, and God is also transcendental. That's the Lord I'm interested in. I'm here to teach that. That's my mission. You know, the Lord gave me that mission, teach with the God of transcendence. It's wonderful, amazing. We did look. I like the result I see in Govindas and Lalitas and Toms, everybody else.
You were really the only one who could teach me priorities. Yes,
Ah,
it was my first question when I came to you. Please, can you teach me priorities?
yeah.
You are the only one who who could teach me this because you have this big picture.
Uh,
You are the only one who could really teach me priorities and where to take refuge and where
really?
to, yeah.
Better than Sadhguru?
Yes. He almost came there.
How
By the way,
come? How come Sadhguru?
he
How
made
come?
some progress. By the
Yeah,
way, he
yeah,
made
yeah,
some progress in these
yeah,
4 years. Yes.
yeah.
Now he's talking about that his goal is to bring everyone ecstasy.
That's it, yeah. Okay, let's see some in him.
Yes.
Charity begins at home.
I was
Let's see.
thinking, yes, but he is a kind of there's still a tax collector approach in
Yeah,
his
yeah, still, yeah.
attitude. Like, yes, I can give you ecstasy. Please come and have ecstasy here, but you have to go in my according to my terms, my conditions,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there's a little tax collector
Yeah.
attitude.
Well, first of all, we have to define the ecstasy, which I haven't seen yet. You know, a lot of people they think they have ecstasy, you know, and it's like, oh yeah, ecstasy might be this knowledge to him. Oh yeah, this is ecstatic, this knowledge, you know. This I can teach you how to have a good relationship with your wife, you know, stuff like that. Um, yeah. So the main thing is, you see, he has thousands of followers, popular on TV and all that. And here, the higher knowledge is, and we get like 20, 18, 20 people. You see how this is more with the Shastras. Many are called and a few are chosen. He's got many are called and many come because that's that level of teaching. This is that's why Jesus called many. You know, he spoke to the multitudes, and a few were chosen, the 11. And that we also, in a sense, speak to the multitudes on Facebook Live. Everybody got me, God, you know, are we not visible on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Odyssey? That's a lot of platforms, man. And we got what? 19 people. Am I dissatisfied? No, it's great. We got 19 people. Many are called, a few are chosen. Yeah, and gradually, as we keep doing this, more will come. More will be chosen. I got one on TikTok. One guy was chanting with me. He said, "I'm chanting with you," and then he said, "I'm getting purified." Hey, that's something. And I also have people, like 5 people now. We used to go down to 0. Now it's people are staying. So yeah, the Lord's merciful. We got something really fantastic, man. And as we relish it, it increases and increases in revelation for others. They start to see, like, hey man, you guys, well, you must have something. You guys look always happy, Look at us, we're getting dumb, dumb, and dumbers, dim, dim, and dimmer. You guys, you got to get bright, bright, and brighter every day. Yeah. Give us a word there, Govinda. Govinda. Thanks,
Yeah,
Tom.
thank you. I just love listening, man. I'm also relishing as I'm listening, remembering you reading Kahil Jabram, If Love Feels You Worthy. That poem you read, it was so beautiful when you read it. Yeah, making some live videos as you speak. Just done one, and it's always. I'm a bit perfectionist on that. I like it to finish on the not in mid sentence, so it's kind of big tech stuff,
Yeah.
if it kind of works. One did, one didn't, but it's just, there's so much wealth. I'd like to be in all the classes and do everything all at once, be in Lolita's class, and there's so much going on in this Sangha, man. It's just like being with the devotees, being with Pani this morning, and singing in the car, listening to music, and being with Johan, and going down to see Madhu. You have made my life perfect. Not Satguru, not Japataka, not anybody. You are the person who made it perfect. That's my experience. And to see Amy give a witness testimony of Kolpo's witness testimony, I'm thinking, wow, it's just a line here. I feel to give a witness testimony when I get round to it of Amy's witness testimony, of Kolpo giving a witness testimony. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. He's top drawer. It's par excellence. You are the spiritual master of the worlds. I love you, man. I thank you with all my heart.
Thank you, man. This is amazing, man. God, a fool like me gets so much glory and glorification. It's amazing. Yeah, I find it amazing. That's why I believe in Krishna to such a miracle. Because it's if you have the Lord in your heart, He does miracles like this. He inspires people. He works through you. You can become something. I mean, I was nothing. I mean, literally nothing in the world. I was not interested in anything. I just it didn't mean anything. Life was empty and meaningless. I couldn't relate to any of that. And then the Lord gave me a purpose, gave me something that is so important, the most important. I'd rather do this than being the president of the United States. Now, that's something to say from a nobody. To me, this is more important work than doing president is president, they got their thing. But to me, I'd rather be doing this, engaged in this, delivering people out of illusion of this Maya. Because the president can't really do that unless he gets this mercy too. And we are it for the people. We're it for the ISKCON. We're it, from what I see, we're it for them, for Gaudiya Math and Samiti. If you don't have this love of God, and I didn't see any symptoms of this anywhere, not like this, this power, this majesty, this munificence, this charitable, this liberality, all of these qualities are manifesting here, just like I read about in the books 500 years ago. I mean, it's pretty amazing, So the Lord, and that's why I love this mission. This is why you see the Klaus Schwabs and the leaders, the overlords of this world. They can only get rid of the useless eaters. We can make people useful eaters, where they eat the bread of life, and they become so important to the world. These people go from being completely unimportant to the most important people in the world. You know, they can also deliver others out of illusion. The most important work to our source, who knows everything, is to deliver the conditioned souls out of illusion. And we're in it. We're engaged in this every day, day after day. You know, and it's amazing. You know, yeah. So yeah, and you'll see many are called and few are chosen, and then a few more and a few more. After a while, we can't. That statement becomes irrelevant. Many are called and many are coming. That's what the Lord started to do. Many were called and many came afterwards. And I can't see why it wouldn't be any different now. Because we got that same Lord was here 550 years ago. Proof is, look at Lalita, look at Govinda, look at all these drunken, ecstatic persons, just like you read about these drunken, ecstatic persons. Only Gaur Haridas gets only a drop. You guys get so much. Makes me envious of you. I'm gonna learn Lalita's ways, how she steals all this bhakti. I want to find out her secrets.
I think you hide much more than us. You're a hider. You're afraid that we will steal from you.
Well, when you got wealth, man, you gotta be careful. People might try to take it away from you. These guys. I had this lady talking about. She's an investigative journalist, and she was telling how the governments, they're even going after the Bitcoin. They're so can't stand that this Bitcoin is uncontrolled by governments. They got all this. They got the CIA, the FBI, the Homeland Security, the president. They get it all behind to try to lock this Bitcoin down. I mean, I realize, Lord, I can't keep a stash anywhere in this world, because your Maya is going to get it. You're God. And I was thinking, I thought, Lord, thank you for relieving me of this. I thought there was one thing, this Bitcoin, that you can kind of, but even that, man, Lord, okay, I'm just with this now, Of course, I'm going to do what I can with that, but still, I tell you, Krishna is the only option. The love of Krishna is the only option. We need this love. That's why Radha's name comes first, man. Radha's love comes first, then we will realize the Supreme Personality of God and its qualities. First, devotion, man. First is bhakti. Yeah. Ooh, 10 people on TikTok. Hey, we're doing good. Yeah. So what are you still over at Pani's house?
Yeah, we're here, and we're going to go to see Madhu today,
Wow.
and spend the
You're gonna
weekend there.
drive?
Yeah, Pani's kindly driving down there.
Oh.
So the weather's really sunny, so I'll probably just hang out on the beach. I'll take my sleeping bag and my bivvy.
Yeah. Is Noodles going?
And
Is Noodles going?
yes, Noodles and Brinda. So they're gonna get a bed and breakfast. Johan will stay at Madhu's, and I just kind of freestyle it. But I like to see Madhu as well. And next week, me and Johan have talked about going to Coventry to see Ammon. And there's others. So anybody no, actually, some persons won't be listening because they haven't got Facebook. But I was thinking Ammon, Methodist Hall in Coventry. We could meet up. But so yeah, it's
Govinda, he's slurring his words. I think he's been drinking too much alcohol.
Slurring his words.
Actually, the alcohol here is Krishna's transcendental potency. It's very intoxicating. It's very wonderful. Yeah. So I'm glad to share this on TikTok and everywhere else. Okay, let's take a break. I'm ready to, I got to go to the bathroom. And yeah, so what? Did you want to say something?
Well, Andromeda had a question, but maybe you
Oh, yeah.
answered.
No. What's the question?
The question was, Srila Gaura Haridas, what do you know about the hybrid offspring between angels and humans and the special knowledge of the natural? If I touch it now, it will be all gone. It will be all gone.
Okay, maybe I can find it too here. Let's see here. Oh, it's probably way up.
A new comment came and then I couldn't read it.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to save that for later because I got to go to the bathroom. I'll see you guys
Yes.
later. Hare
Okay.
Krishna.